Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching the VSO Gun Channel. It is great to be here as always. And before we get going today, I want to ask you guys for a quick favor. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it is clear to me that there's been some kind of algorithmic shift and the content that I'm producing is not being served to you. So if you are seeing this video, if you could please take a second out to interact with the video in some way, a comment, like, share, even if it's just an emoji and a comment down below, it will help send this out to more folks that need to see it. So I greatly appreciate you guys helping out on that. And we did get a light flicker just now. We're about to get a lightning storm, so hopefully this doesn't get cut off. But anyway, what we're talking about here today is the Sig Sauer saga with the P320 and the M18 and M17 handgun. And what I have for you today is a document that appears to be the supplemental inspection criteria for the M18. And this is all in response to the tragic, fatal accident that claimed the life of an airman that is still under investigation. But what I have for you here today is a document that seems to outline what the Air Force is doing. And I will qualify that a little bit more after we hear a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by RMA Armament. Now, RMA is a brand that we have tested here previously. I'm going to link you to a video that we did about 3 years ago where we took their ceramic plates and shot them with ridiculous rifles at ridiculous ranges. We're talking like I am standing profile in the shot and you can see me, the rifle, and the armor in the shot all at the same time. It even stopped a .338 Lapua at that range. RMA just launched their XRT plate, which is their extreme rifle threat plate. We're talking about stopping 7.62 by 51, so M80 ball, and 7.62 by 54R API, and doing so at just under 5.5 pounds. If you would like to see a testing of this plate, sound off in the comment section down below. But in the meantime, you can catch up with them at RMA Armament. Let's get back to the video. Okay, first, to qualify this document in two ways. The source that sent it to me, I believe to be authentic and to be someone who would have access to this information. And also not likely have any reason to really lie or fabricate this document. Although I would say that this is not the only member of the Air Force that has expressed their displeasure at this situation to me. I'll leave it at that. The second thing that I would say is that the colonel that wrote this document appears to be a logistics colonel. Although I cannot verify his current post, it looks as though his previous post was at some kind of logistics command, which means that very likely he would be possibly in a position to make this sort of call. I mean, there is the possibility that the entire thing could be fabricated, but it seems like a whole lot of trouble to go through just to spoof a YouTuber that can basically say, well, the Air Force lied, and then hit the delete button on the previous video. I don't know. I mean, what did you do? Waste a couple hours of my time? I mean, it's thunderstorming outside. It's not like I was doing anything else, right? Don't threaten me with a good time. This comes from the Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, United States Air Force, Washington, D.C. on August 7, 2025. A memorandum to MAJCOM, so all of Air Force. Logistics guidance for M18 Modular Handgun System. In response to recent notice to airmen, M18 Modular Handgun System, supplemental inspection dated 23 July 2025, this memorandum provides additional guidance for logistics readiness squadrons. Combat Arms, at the direction of HAF A4S, will coordinate with logistics readiness squadrons to inspect all M18s utilizing supplemental inspection criteria. Please reference the NOTAMs in use prioritization list for sequence of combat arms training and maintenance inspection activities. It then goes on to define which weapons should be done in what order. Overview of immediate required actions. Accomplish a complete inspection, including preventive maintenance checks and direct support inspection and testing as prescribed in technical orders. Supplemental inspection criteria. In addition to the inspection criteria listed in the TO, accomplish the following supplemental inspection immediately and incorporate it into all future M18 inspections hereafter. Some of this is already in the TO. They were repeated for emphasis and cannot be skipped. Clear the weapon, et cetera, et cetera. 3, perform standard preventative maintenance checks and services. 4, specific attention and supplemental inspection criteria will be as follows. Field and detail strip pistol to allow inspection and function check. Inspect for proper function assembly and any changes to trigger sear striker assembly, external safety assembly, captive safety lever, and trigger bar. On to the figures. The first is the stripped fire control unit. And what we have here is a captive safety lever free of burrs and spurs. Sear notch free of burrs and spurs. The striker hook, the striker safety, and the lock spring from the profile. Reassemble, perform complete function check. Any findings are to be reported within 48 hours. Those units and or MAGCOMs that executed any command-directed inspections meeting the criteria outlined in this guidance and which were completed since 20 July 2025 can count those inspections as meeting the requirements and should report those events by serial number in proper systems and reports for forwarding as stated above in items 5 and 6. It then goes on to say that you're not allowed to do anything that you saw on the internet. The reason that I am reporting this to you is so that you know what the Air Force is doing and what kind of remedial actions they are undertaking to ensure that their weapons are functioning properly. What does this mean in the broader scope of things? As we know that there was currently a criminal investigation underway as it pertains to the circumstances surrounding the fatal shooting. We reported on that just a couple days ago. I'll have that listed if you missed that one because YouTube didn't serve it to you. The Air Force says that they're doing this for the purposes of confidence in the weapon system, right? This is supposed to be now part of all current and future inspections, which tells me that they are zeroed in on something specific, free of burrs and spurs. They also say that if you found this already, that you should report those serial numbers. We don't need you to reinspect it. We just need you to send us the serial numbers and the proof. Which seems to indicate to me that they have already found some instances of this specific thing. If they specifically put a blurb in there that states, hey, these inspections have already been conducted, and if you found it already, go ahead and submit us serial numbers, which tells me that the Air Force might be looking for the proverbial smoking gun, if you will.
We have found the witch, may we burn her?
How do you know she is a witch?
She looks like one.
Bring her forward.
The Air Force has always been able to purchase separate from what the Army is doing. And they're the only folks that purchased the latest iteration of the M9, for instance. Just a data point.
What makes you think she is a witch?
Well, she turned me into a newt.
A newt?
We got better.
If the Air Force is looking for a way out of the M18, they might be able to find one. I mean, I'm sure that there's one or two in the tens of thousands of weapons that they have that could demonstrate this kind of problem. Time will tell. But what it comes down to is for you, I think that it is prudent to go through the same checks that the Air Force is going through so that you can have confidence in your weapon. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thanks for tuning into the VSO Gun Channel. Hopefully we'll see you on another one, provided that YouTube actually serves it to you.